What's up, everybody? Uh, okay. Hardest scenes in Marvel movie history. Really, I'm talking about the MCU because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go back to the Fantastic Four to the 1980s Captain America movie. I'm not doing that. I'm doing Hulk 2008 to now. Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what we are doing. The hardest scenes in Marvel movie history. If you were to go and search hard in the Urban Dictionary, what you would get is an erection of the. Okay, no. That's not the one we're talking about. Anything meaning good, like tight, cool, hood slang, as you will. But you all know what I mean. I'm talking about when something's hard. Like when something's hard, you're like, damn, G, that shit's hard. That's what I'm talking about. You see something, you're like, that's hard. That's what we're talking about. The hardest scenes in Marvel history. And I don't think there's nothing else to start this list off with other than Captain America lifting up Mjolnir. That automatically is going to hardest scenes in Marvel history. A little bit about this scene. I saw this scene when it came out like everybody else in the movies. Let me just say, this was actually the first Marvel movie I had seen in the theaters since 2012 Avengers. And let me just say, when this scene came on, I hadn't seen Age of Ultron in years. I didn't even really at that point realize the fucking significance of it. Besides, oh, he's lifting Thor's hammer. Then I realized, wait a second, he's lifting Thor's hammer. And then when he smacked Thanos with that bitch, I was like, damn, that shit's hard. It's hard. That is the level that we're going off of. That's hardest. That right there, that's hardest. Hardest scenes in Marvel history, right there. Captain America lifting up Mjolnir. Easy. All right, next one. When Tony Stark builds his first Iron Man suit and he attacks all the terrorists. This is going. Do I put it? It's hard. It's hard. I'm telling you that it's pretty hard. But is it diamond hard though? See the thing about this scene that's always got me is he didn't fully know if the suit was going to work. His partner that was helping him just died. If this suit didn't work, he was dead. He was already dead. But if it didn't work, he was dead. Dead. But then he came through, took out an entire fucking terrorist, Al-Qaeda, whatever the fuck they were, base. With flamethrowers and shit. What is it? Is it diamond hard though? Like, is it harder than diamonds? Oh, it's pretty close. I might move that up right now. I might move that up in a minute, but right now it's going at the top of hard. Just because he didn't know it was going, he didn't really know if it was going to work or not. It was his first suit. It's crazy. All right, next. This is from, Shang-Chi. And let me just tell you, personally, I think this shit was diamond hard. And what made it diamond hard is, I'm talking about the scene where he took the rings from his dad. That shit's diamond hard. You seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Dad fucking throws the rings at him. He does some crazy ass kickflip, catches them bitches, and is like, yeah, I got control now. That shit's hard, bro. It's harder than hard. That shit's diamond hard. Easy. Hard. All right. Doctor Strange. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Personally, I mean, it's like, look, he did defeat Dormammu, which is like one of the most powerful beings, even in the comics. But I'd have to say this scene is overrated. Personally, I like the fact that he did outsmart the enemy this time. I like that. But it's not really hard. Like, it's cool, but it's not hard. And I wouldn't even put it in cool just because people talk about it as if, oh, yeah, like, Dr. Strange, he just outsmarted. He did. No, bro. He got sick of you. He realized he's been doing this shit for like 10 million years and said, bro, fuck this. You know what? Forget it. Yes, bro. I'll come back and eat y'all motherfuckers at a different time. It's whatever. So to me, that's why I don't know. It's just, it was kind of anticlimactic, personally. Especially for a finale. But might move it up, but for right now, I don't know. It's always been a little overrated to me. It's the worst part of the movie. Like, I like it. It's a good scene. It's just, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess, how was he supposed to fight him? I guess there really wasn't no other way. It's just, I don't know. All right. Next, we have when Captain America told Hulk to smash, and Hulk went fucking crazy. First Avengers movie. Hard. That shit's hard. Reasons why that shit's hard. First of all, you have this Captain America. If you remember, Captain America has only been back in the world for what, like a month at this point. He's seeing a fucking big green Hulk and he's commanding it. He said, "Hey, you." He looks back. Captain America's like, "Shit, this motherfucker better not smack me." Smash, and he listens and he goes crazy. They would not have defeated Loki without the Hulk that day. No, that's an unpopular opinion. Hulk has not been the same since this scene. Besides, I mean, he's had his moments here and there, but especially right now, God, they don't even get me started on that shit. Professor Hulk, whatever the fuck. Basically, Bruce Banner, just big and green. Please, please. Look, I ain't even saying that I want them to kill him off or nothing, but they gotta do something. Like, shit. They gotta do something to make him tragically just Hulk out again, because there's no way, bro. But that scene right there, that shit's hard. Hard. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the hallway scene, where all of them are fighting. You got Nebula breaking her neck to fight motherfuckers. Star-Lord sliding through and shit. Groot picking up fucking rocket and they're just going fucking crazy. The hallway scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that shit's hard. Is it harder? Is it diamond hard, though? Is it harder than the Hulk smash scene? Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to put it... it's pretty hard. It's pretty fucking hard. I'm not going to lie. That shit's hard. For right now, I might move it up. Nah, it's diamond hard. I ain't going to lie. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I love that fucking scene. When me and my girlfriend watched that shit, we were just like... Go fucking crazy! Go fucking... Wild, bruh. Wild. Alright. Another scene we have here. In the final battle of Endgame, when Captain Marvel appears out of nowhere and busts through the fucking ships, taking down Thanos' fleet. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, or maybe a popular opinion. I don't know. I know people don't really like Captain Marvel. I think it's hard. I don't think it's necessarily super hard. It's hard because, like, he was raining fire on everybody. But at the end of the day, where was she at, bro? Like, first of all, who called her? Did Nick Fury call her again? Did he see the shit happen on the news and he said, "Fuck, let's call her back, bro"? Because look, it's hard because of how powerful she is and the fact that she really, like, if she wouldn't have done that, these motherfuckers probably would have been toast. So it's hard for that. But I think it's more cool than it is hard. It's like, yeah, shit's cool. That was cool. And it's not because I don't like Captain Marvel, because let me tell you something. Besides the Marvels, that shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. I actually don't hate Captain Marvel. I know, unpopular opinion. I don't hate Captain Marvel, though. And the reason why, this next scene right here, when she basically realizes her full potential, and she goes crazy on the motherfuckers in the ship in the final battle of Captain Marvel. Now, this may be unpopular. I think that shit's hard. I think it's hard. Leave it there. I think it's hard. She basically took that shit off, turned around, turned binary, and went crazy. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. She's overpowered. She's this. She's that. Her characters and her actors annoying. But I mean, honestly, I actually enjoyed the first Captain Marvel movie. I didn't hate it like other people did. I think the shit was hard. Personally, I think it was hard. All right. Now, the picture that I have here is basically of Spider-Man kind of doing, like, the shit back to Green Goblin. But what scene I'm actually talking about is when Spider-Man realized what was happening and then he started the fight. When Spider-Man gets that sense in his fucking head and he realizes, shit, something's wrong. And this isn't Far From Home. I think it was, the second act? Yeah. When he realizes something's wrong, closes his eyes, uses his senses, and just throws that shit right at Green Goblin, saying, "Motherfucker, I caught you." And then they start to fight. The fight's hard in itself, but that moment right there, where he just realized, this motherfucker saying, "Ain't on my side." Dare I say that shit is diamond hard. I'm going to leave it in hard for right now. I'm gonna put it above Captain Marvel and between Hulk Smash. Actually, because how the scene slowed down, and you just see the sense of dread on his face. Ooh, that scene's hard, bro. That scene's hard. I ain't gonna lie. Another scene, the Spidey sense scene in Far From Home. The last one was No Way Home. And Far From Home, where he basically, closes his eyes and he dodges all the fucking drones and shit. If you would have asked me this a few years ago, I would have said that shit's diamond hard. Diamond hard. And I still think it's hard. But I don't think it's diamond hard. I think over the years, I've kind of started to realize what people are saying, that, yeah, why would he give up his tech to Mysterio? Like, think about it for a second. I get what people are saying. Like, oh, he was just like, think about it. There's other heroes on planet Earth that have been established way longer than Mysterio. He could have gave that shit up to anybody. Yeah, he gives it to the first person who he see. He don't even know this motherfucker. Bro, like, you got fucking Thor, bro. You got Bruce Banner. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you got other people, but yet you give it to him. And then he uses those drones on you. And the fact that he dodged all that shit's hard. That shit's hard. But I don't know if it's diamond hard. Like, low-key, I want to say it's not even really that hard, because you're kind of expecting him to do it. First of all, it's a Spider-Man movie. Do you really think Spider-Man's going to die in his own movie? Second of all, it's a Spidey sense. That's like Spider-Man 101, bro. He can dodge bullets. There was one comic where he was shot and killed by bullets by the NYPD, and that shit was crazy. But at that point, it was like, you kind of figured. Still, I kind of want to put it in not hard, but cool. Hard. Here's the thing. Is it as hard as Captain Marvel powering up for the first time? No. So I got to put it in. It's not really that hard. It's cool. It was cool. But I wouldn't really say it was really that hard, personally. All right. Next. The Abomination versus the Hulk. First MCU movie back in 2008. In Harlem. Diamond hard. That shit's hard. Diamond hard, though? It's close. It's close. And look, I want y'all to keep in mind, these are my opinions. If you agree with them, that's great. If you don't, hey, I understand. I've been watching these movies for a very long time. I really got into it back when I first saw, what was it? 2012 Avengers. Then I saw Age of Ultron at home, and then I saw Infinity War at home, and then I went to the theaters and watched Endgame. Shit was fire. And then I basically binge watched all the movies, and I've seen all the movies like 10 times at this point. Big Marvel fan at this point. And I will say this is still probably the best just colossal giant fight in the whole verse that I've seen. Like, there's been other ones like with fucking like a Thorn Hulk, which we'll get to later. Or like, Thanos and Hulk, but this shit's hard. I gotta put it right over here in hard. It's not harder than Iron Man coming out in his first suit. Just because Iron Man really didn't think that shit was gonna work. Ooh, you know what? Nah, I gotta put Iron Man in Diamond Hard. See, I gotta move it up. Iron Man is in Diamond Hard. Just because he really didn't know that shit was gonna work. If that shit didn't work, he was already gone. He was already a goner. If that shit didn't work, that motherfucker, it was over. Imagine if they just, boom, he was done. Over. All right. Black Widow, the hallway scene. See, the thing about these movies is they have one of these in at least every 2-3 movies where the girl superhero comes out and she does some crazy shit. The thing with Black Widows is not only was Black Widow the first to do it, Natasha Romanoff, but she was the best to do it. And that shit's hard. I think the shit's hard. I don't think it's just cool, because yeah, I can see other people's done it. They even just had one with the Captain America Brave New World, where this 4'6", 83-pound girl just beat up a bunch of military men, which, I'm sorry. I can get behind Natasha because she's at least a regular sized fucking person. I'm sorry, I don't care how much fucking training you got. There's no way That whatever her name, I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that girl's name. She was an okay character though. But whatever her name was in the new Captain America movie, Brave New World, there's no way. No fucking way, bro. No way in the world is she beating up that many guys at once. I just can't buy it. That was the only part in the movie where I was just like, look, man, I was sitting next to my girlfriend. She was like, who's that? I said, plot armor. Because, Katal, bro, I don't care how skilled you are, bro. Your bones are breaking. If, like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. But what do I know? Natasha, when she first did it, that shit was a little unnecessary, realistically, looking back, in Iron Man 2. But that shit was hard. That shit was hard. All right. Ant-Man beating up Falcon. I would say it's not hard, but it's cool. I'll put it right in between. And the reason why I say this is just because it's a cool scene, especially since this untrained guy in a shrinking suit basically just beat up a fucking Avenger, which is already crazy in itself. He even says, "Oh, then I didn't die." But let's be honest, it was Falcon before he really started doing Avenger shit too. Now look, if he had beat Falcon now, it would be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you know, but it would probably go up to hard. But like, Falcon was literally trying to shoot this man on the ground. It's like, bro, you're really trying to exterminate this man size of an ant. It's like, if you don't go call somebody else, like, you know, and look, I show respect for Falcon. I like Falcon a lot. He's Captain America now, but I like Falcon a lot. I love Captain. I love him as Captain America. I think he's a good character, but there's just, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it was a cool scene. You know, it was a nice cameo. That's what I'll say about it. All right, getting on to the good stuff. Thor using Stormbreaker against Thanos. Ooh, I would say this has got to be diamond hard. And I'll get to why it's not the hardest scenes in Marvel history in just a minute, but it's diamond hard. He was already on the battlefield. First of all, does anybody ever ask where he was for the first like 5 minutes of fucking Thanos walking around, you know, murking everybody, punching Captain America, killing Vision? Does anybody ever ask where he was during all that? Because he just magically appeared. Boom. Blissed his ass. And I will say, that was a cool ass scene. I mean, that happened. It was like, fuck. He did it. It was like, he finally did it. The thing that, honestly, the entire movie's been leading up to Thor killing Thanos. He did it. But because he couldn't get the job done, I can't put it in hardest scenes in Marvel history. It's not like Captain America, where it's like, Captain America, at the end of the day, he's just a really enhanced human being picking up Thor's hammer. It's one of the hardest scenes in Marvel history. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the hardest scenes in Marvel history. This one. Him throwing that shit at Thanos, and Thanos using all the fucking Infinity Stones to try to stop it, and it doesn't do shit. But this scene right here. You should have gone for the head. Hardest scenes in Marvel history. Main reason. It took away what Thor just did. Okay? Took that away. Second reason he won. And the first time in these movies, it ended with them losing. And not just losing like a little battle. No, like they lost. At this point, they lost the war. I know 5 years later went on type shit, and they were like, oh, okay. No. They lost the war. 5 years of their life went on after this with nothing changing. They lost. They fucking lost. Nobody could stop this man. To where he even told Thor, yeah, look, motherfucker, you almost got me. Boom. Gone. And then he just vanished. They were just like, what the fuck? They're looking at Thor like, what the fuck happened? And he's just like, I don't know. It's hard. You really can't even argue it. Hardest scenes in Marvel history right there. Another scene I actually really love. When Scarlet Witch overpowers Thanos and is about to kill him. That shit is diamond hard. I will put that up here. That shit's almost hardest scenes in Marvel history, but she gets stopped. And the reason why is simply, I mean, at this point, no one else has stood up to Thanos the way that she did. She just appears. Thanos is about to, who is it? Fucking Black Panther? He sees him with the Infinity Gauntlet running through the field. He's about to murk this motherfucker. She jumps down. Boom! You took everything from me. You bitch ass nigga. All of that. He's just like, do you not realize that I'm the past version? I don't know who the fuck you are, shorty. And she's like, too fucking bad. And then she just wails on him, bro. Wails on him. To the point where he literally takes out, where he rains fire, which is why Captain Marvel has to come in this scene over here. But rains fire to where he's taking out his own fucking people. She was literally about to kill him. And honestly, she could have killed him. To this day, I think if she wasn't so bent on revenge and trying to make him suffer ripping off his armor, she could have just took his knife thing and just killed him. She could have killed him right then and there. In my honest opinion, she could have killed him, right? She could have killed him, like, as soon as she overpowered him, she could have killed him. But she wanted this motherfucker to suffer, which is why she didn't kill him. One of the few flaws of Scarlet Witch. Another scene. This may be an underrated option, but when fucking Thor comes out of the fucking star and his hammer's done and fuck, who's it? Uru or whatever his name was, the little fucking big giant dwarf guy. He's like, he needs the axe. Where's the handle? And everybody's like, fuck. At this point, Groot's done nothing. He's done nothing but sit there like an annoying motherfucker. At this point, honestly, he's kind of annoyed me in the movie because he's done nothing. But, and look, I know in the last Guardians movie before this, he was just a baby, whatever. But he did nothing at this point. He sees that, fuck, if I don't, he needs the axe or he's going to die. If he sees that I can help, I can do something. He picks up the axe. But, ooh, it's giving me chills thinking about it. Burns his hand, lifts that bitch up, and just chops off his fucking arm, bro. Dare I say that shit's diamond hard. But this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm putting that shit at the top of hard. Just because if he wasn't there, like, Thor probably would have been dead at this point. Thor would have been dead. He never would have got that fire-ass scene. Like, that shit was hard. It's not diamond hard, though. I can't even say that. But it's hard. That moment is hard. That was a sacrifice. That's hard, bro. Hard. All right. In Iron Man 2, when he drops in from a fucking, what was it, a helicopter or a plane or some shit, onto stage. And what was it, his expo or some shit? Something like that. The most unnecessary shit he could have ever done as Iron Man, because he's literally, he can fly around. He jumped out of a plane. That was, if they talk about aura farming nowadays, that's the definition of aura farming, because that was completely unnecessary. But you can't even lie, that shit was hard. That shit was hard. That shit was hard. That opening, it was hard. It was hard. Iron Man 2, that scene, hard. All right. Captain America and the Winter Soldier, first real fight. Hard. I don't feel like I have to say much about this. If you've seen Captain America the Winter Soldier, which I'm sure everybody has at this point that's watching this video, especially if you gotten this far in this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm starting this whole new wave of videos, trying to get some new content out there. So, I mean, if you like these videos, if you like this style of video, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe. I'll be trying to make more in the future. But yeah, that shit's hard. I would say it's diamond hard, but as times went on, there's been better scenes that came out. But I think it's still some of the best fight choreography in the entire MCU, besides Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi had some pretty good ones, pretty fucking good ones. But that shit, especially when he punches it, he's like, boom, grabs a knife, bro, hard. Because at that point, he's trying to kill Captain America. Captain America, he's trying to fight back. Captain America is playing defense. You have to realize, he's playing defense. Cap isn't trying to... This is probably the first time in all the movies, since he had the serum, where you see Cap having a saying, fuck, this motherfucker might actually get me. It's hard. It's hard. It's intense. The choreography, the score, everything. The reveal when he flips him at the end and he's like, Bucky? And he's like, who the hell is Bucky? You're just like, fuck. Hard. Okay. Another underrated scene. So I couldn't actually find a picture of the actual scene because this movie was so hated. I personally think this movie's overhated. I get it's boring, but I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I understand if you think it's boring. I understand, but I don't think it's a bad movie. But when Makari was fighting Icarus, really all the scenes that she was in using her super speed, but when she was fighting Icarus specifically, it was like the closest thing in Marvel that we could probably, in the MCU, that we could probably get to the Flash fighting Superman. Could they have done more with her character? They could have. But at the end of the day, it's somebody from thousands of years ago that is deaf and I'm pretty sure mute. Again, I don't know why the gods would make her like that, considering she's supposed to be a perfect person, but whatever. But that scene when she was fighting Icarus, I think it's hard. I think it's hard. I think that shit's hard. It's not harder than Diamond. It's not hard enough to where it's just cool. I think it's hard. Because she was the only one that was really giving him some fucking punches, bro. Hard. Okay. Scarlet Witch attacking Karma-Taj. Now, here's my problem with this scene. They know how powerful Scarlet Witch is. Well, how powerful she's supposed to be. At this point, I don't know if Wanda exactly knows how powerful the Scarlet Witch is supposed to be, but they know. And they still let her, and they still let these young, inexperienced ass wizards try to fight her. They got the entire camp killed. Almost everybody. Y'all remember the part where they said, "Oh shit, there's the heads of the masters of the fucking what was it, the Hong Kong and like Luncheon Sanctum? Did they die too? No one ever mentioned. Did they die too? Are there only like 7 sorcerers left from the fucking planet at this point? What happened to them? Or did they see fucking Scarlet Witch and said, "Get the fuck out of here"? That's what I would have did. I would have seen her break through that barrier. I would have said, "Peace out, motherfuckers. I ain't fuck. Like, what? You really think I'm about to stay there and let Scarlet Witch murk me? No." But the scene itself, the fact you literally see people getting eviscerated for Wanda, especially at this point in her character. I want to say Diamond Hard, but I don't think it's Diamond Hard just because I think she has better scenes. That shit's hard. I'm putting it right over here. That shit's hard. It's hard. Because you're looking at Wanda with like, fuck, that's fear. Nope. That's Diamond Hard. Diamond Hard. She eviscerates people. That shit is hard. Like, I'm sorry, it's hard. Okay. Thor versus Hulk and Thor Ragnarok. Now, the part specifically I'm thinking about is at the end when fucking, close to the end, when Thor realizes that he doesn't need the hammer and he basically channels the lightning through him and he, gets Hulk like that. But the entire fight itself, besides that, I don't think it's not hard. I think it's hard, but it's that moment that makes it more hard. It's the fact that you really see the full potential of Thor, that you're like, okay, this shit's kind of hard. Then you kind of realize too that it's like, fuck. You kind of start, this is when like the power scaling issues kind of become an issue to me, because you start to see these two extremely powerful characters going toe to toe, and then you're just realizing, okay, so can Thor do the same damage that Hulk can do? Why does he never do this in the movies? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, he never really went back to that power afterwards. It's just it's one of those things where it's like, damn, it's a cool scene. I mean, part of me wants to say it's not even really that hard. It's just cool. But just the fight itself and him channeling that energy, that alone to me makes it hard. It's hard. It's pretty hard. It's hard. All right. Now this is really a Thor scene. Thor taking the force of a fucking star. Hardest scenes in Marvel history. I don't even think that's a competition right there. Hardest scenes in Marvel history. Honestly, nah. Hardest scenes in Marvel history. Dude even said, "You're gonna die, boy." And he's like, "Nah, I'll be straight." Takes the force of a star. Bro, that shit is hard. Hardest scenes. Like, that's probably the highest shit. What is it? In terms of power scaling, that's like the most powerful shit I think I've seen anybody in these movies do. Besides Thanos snapping the gauntlet, but he had the gauntlet. This is all Thor right here. He pried that bitch, held it open while taking the force of a fucking star, G. The durability is on another level. Okay. Star-Lord fighting Ego. And then turning into a giant Pac-Man. The scene everybody remembers. I think that shit is overrated. I mean, I saw it, and I'm just like, oh, is it supposed to be funny? Because it's a pop culture reference. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, he's from the 80s. Ha, 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 ha. I didn't really think it was that funny. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it was cool, but then it just exploded out of nowhere. So personally, I didn't really think it was that funny. Like, it's overrated. People talk about, like, oh, you know, that shit's so funny. No, bro, it's really not that funny. It's really not that funny. I mean, if you like it, cool, but it's not that funny. Another one. Jane using Thor's hammer the first time. I don't think it's hard, but it's cool. Now, some can argue it's hard because it's just a mere mortal using his hammer. But I think it's more cool than hard. And the reason being is just because at this point, you're seeing Mjolnir come out of nowhere to like, oh, fuck, let me form. Instead of forming for Thor, I'm going to form back to where Thor could have really needed me for Jane. I get she's dying of cancer. She needs the hammer. She's a good, noble person. But is she the most noble person? She must be the most noble person on the fucking planet. Because Mjolnir didn't even do that for Thor. To the point where it went to Jane instead of Thor. You know what? I get it, though. I guess he did say, always protect her, the one I love, and I'm not. I don't know. This whole movie as a whole for me. This is honestly the most disappointing movie I've ever seen. I went into this movie with such high hopes. And rewatching it, it's better on a rewatch. By like 5%. But in this scene, like, I liked her as, you know, woman Thor, but it just didn't really do anything. That scene didn't really do anything. Because she's already so good at it. And isn't that, like, her first time using it in, like, a battle? Like, come on now, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I guess. It's cool, but it's not really hard. All right. Another one. Yellow Jacket. Oh, this one's kind of weak, too. Yellow Jacket getting defeated by Ant-Man. Basically sends Yellow Jacket to the quantum realm. And for a long time, we think he's dead. Until, spoiler alert, he turns into a giant fucking talking head in Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. God, I can't believe I just mentioned that. I have not even thought about that movie in probably since it came out about 3 years ago. Wow, 2 years ago. Still, I've not thought about that movie since. One of the most boring movies I've seen. It just wasn't really that great. This scene right here, Yellow Jacket, you know, not the fight, but just him defeating him. It was cool. It wasn't hard. It was cool though. It was cool. You know, I thought it was clever. You know, him getting stuck in the quantum realm to his fucking detriment. That shit's horrible. But it's cool, I guess. Okay. We only got 2 more to go. This one right here. Y'all know what scene I'm talking about. All that for a drop of blood. Fire. This is a man who started off, might I add, here, fighting the most powerful being that they know of in the universe. To the point where he even gives him his respect. He knows at the end of the day, he really can't stand up to him. He's seen what he just did to everybody else. He threw a fucking moon on top of this man. He just defeated the fucking wizard, did everything. And he's realizing, fuck, I gotta fight this man one-on-one to even stand a chance. And he tries his damnness. That shit's diamond hard, bro. That shit is, ooh, dare I say hardest scenes in Marvel history. It's up there. Ooh, I gotta put it, ooh, is it harder than Wanda, though? Put it right below Wanda. Just because, at the end of the day, Iron Man is just a regular guy in that suit. He really just got these powers. Like, at this point, what? 10 years ago? 10, 11 years ago? Some shit like that? People like Thor just had these powers forever. Couldn't beat Thanos. Couldn't stand up to him like that at first. All of that. And it's just like, fuck. I don't know. So, like, I still watch that scene and get chills sometimes because it's like, damn. You're just like, You're just like, You make that face like, That shit's hard. Fuck. Okay. Last one. Probably my favorite scene in all the movies, besides Captain America lifting up Mjolnir. Oh God, I can't say it now, but you know what I mean. Thor's hammer. But this shit, probably gotta go at the top of hardest scenes in Marvel history. Everybody was getting smacked. War Machine getting smacked. Black Panther getting smacked. Steve getting smacked. And does anybody ever mention? Anybody ever remember when Steve was getting attacked and everybody's just biting at his legs? Why didn't those dogs just rip off his legs? Like, I get it's a Marvel movie, that's why it didn't happen. But Steve was like this with the shields. The dogs are biting at his legs. You're just like, bro, why are those dogs not actually fucking him up right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting attacked with covering his face for a good 5 minutes. Is his skin that durable? I don't think so. But when Thor came in, Bifrost, boom, hit the hammer, taking everything out. With a fucking tree and a raccoon on his side. Everybody's just looking at him like, fuck, it's Thor. Then they're looking like, who the fuck are those guys? Fire, bro. Fire. Hard as probably the... Oh, I kind of want to make it... Fuck, is it harder than all of these? Kind of want to make... No, I'm not going to make a new tier. I feel like it's on par. Damn, Thor has 3 of the hardest scenes in Marvel history. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. But yeah, where he just fucking throws the hammer, jumps up, bring me Thanos! The whole field's fucking eviscerated. It took all the might of Wakanda and the fucking Avengers that were on Earth to even touch them motherfuckers. Thor came in and did what they did in like 20 minutes, in like an hour, in like 2 seconds, bro. Hardest scene in Marvel history, bro. Hardest scene, bro. Hardest. Yes, easily. All right, well, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you got in this far, you might as well subscribe, leave a like. I mean, you know, I'll be making these kind of videos as time goes on. I mean, I have plans to make other hard videos, more tier lists, skits. I mean, if you want a part 2 for this, let me know down below. I mean, that would be appreciated to get feedback. Let me know how I did on the video. And yeah, thank you. My name's Tony. Hopefully I'll see you again. Peace.